All right. Well, I'm super excited to have you guys here for our Girl Talk with Dr. King. It has been truly a journey for me. And I just wanted to let our audience know who's with me. Okay. So we start here. This is Jackie Eliza. She is an educator and also a content creator. This is Mrs. Tiffany James, who also is an educator. She is an administrator. She has been a principal, and she does it all, actually. And this is Dr. Shakira Haywood Stewart. She's a clinical psychologist, and she does private practice in New York. And I'm just super excited to be here. It has been such a journey to get to this point.
I'm so glad that you brought me back into this space because
Yeah.
I've heard about these awesome people and our paths have aligned in so many ways.
It has.
Unintentionally and intentionally, because
Yeah.
you say, oh, I do it all. You know, what I do is I try to bring people in front of my students.
Okay.
And our paths aligned that way because you came and you started some work in one of my high schools.
Yeah.
Talking to students about what you're doing.
Right.
Long term, you know, not only just sharing your story and giving them something to reach for by talking about your journey through becoming an OBGYN, but your broader goals. And I just feel like does everybody know about that? I wish you could tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, you know, my story is long, so I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
It's a good story, though.
It's a great story, and your students enjoyed it. And what I thought was so great about speaking to your students, actually, is that young adults, they're a tough crowd. Let me tell you something. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. And they're really only there because they want to be out of class, right? So facts, right? And the fact that I was able to engage and penetrate that space was amazing for me. So my purpose in doing this is really, I don't know if you guys know this. I call Miss Tiffany because that's what my son calls her. So if I say Miss Tiffany, it's only endearing. But Miss Tiffany knows this fact that Black women are dying 3 to 4 times the rate of white women in childbirth. And it is alarming, it is chilling, it is unacceptable. And the reason I started Girl Talk with Dr. King is because I believe in self-advocacy. I believe in armoring you all with the knowledge you need to go into the doctor and say, hey, this is what I think, this is what I heard, this is what is happening to my body. Black women in particular are unheard. We're dismissed. We're set aside. And if we don't go in there knowing what we want, then sometimes our needs are not met. So that's my little bit of piece that I have to decrease the health disparity, to get the word out about health equity, and to stop these mamas from dying. You know, like I post, and one of my posts was #SaveOurMamas, because it's so important. And I really feel like a lot of people do not even want to know about it. I mean, Tiffany knows because I shout it from the mountaintop every time we're talking. I'm like, girl, you know what happened. But, you know, the other day, one of my colleagues and classmates, I'm at Yale School of Management. I'm getting my executive MBA. And one of my colleagues wrote a book about Black maternal health. And I was so privileged and honored that she asked me to interview her regarding this book. And I know that you just had a baby.
Yes.
Right?
As you're talking about it, I'm like, wow, like this experience, being a Black, that was my major fear.
Yeah.
You know, is labor and delivery.
Right.
So it's very real.
It's very real. I've had people tell me that they don't want to have babies,
Yeah.
Black women, because they're scared of dying. So I got a good doctor for you. I have another colleague, another classmate who just joined, she's in New York and you're in New York. She just joined Presbyterian Columbia. Now I know you newly married, and I'm not in your business, but I could assume that at some point you will want to have a baby. And so I don't want you to feel like dismal that, oh my God, something's going to happen to me if I have a baby and I'm a Black woman. So what we discussed in this event that we had on Monday was about Black maternal health, but the positive things that could come out of it. So that's the purpose of me just kind of having you guys here to discuss certain things that we tend not to discuss, right?